Following on from our last video where we left off talking about restoring sovereignty, the DA recently, on 28 February, proposed to replace South Africa's controversial Black Economic Empowerment Program with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. While their head of policy, Gwen Ngwenya, complains in this Daily Maverick piece about the cronyism of BEE, she suggests a new cronyism of awarding tenders to companies who comply with the SDGs. Seemingly totally oblivious to the fact that we are already fully committed to the Agenda 2030 Sustainable Development Goals and have been committed to local Agenda 21 in City of Johannesburg, for example, since 2005, as we showed you in this video more than a year ago, and committed to the Agenda 21 blueprint for the planet since the very beginning. Do you really believe the DA doesn't know all that? They seem totally in favor of cronyism based on the utopian Marxist global plan of an unelected foreign bureaucratic body we never consented to join. The maybe even more strange thing is that nobody in the free marketeer circles, to my knowledge, in South Africa, seems to have called out their friend on this. Weird. Is this because you don't really have any principles and don't want to lose your connection? Or is this because you really still don't understand the SDGs and how all this works? Adopting as policy something as comprehensive as the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals communicates so much with people mostly in ignorance of it. There are 17 Sustainable Development Goals, 169 targets to be achieved by 2030, and 230 indicators. How many DA voters can name any of these, or any other voters for that matter? The association with the United Nations very wrongly gives people the perception that they can lower their guard, and the carefully crafted language of the Sustainable Development Goals make it hard for people to understand why someone could be against at least the main points. As usual, that is completely missing the point. The point is that sane people know that one-size-fits-all blueprints for the entire planet doesn't work. And our last video, Overt 19 Part 1, you can see how dangerous it is too for preconceived global blueprints to be followed without question. The other very obvious point is that with anything this comprehensive, you have to be asked for consent, no matter how good the creators or promoters feels it is. The situation of not having any real political options to vote against something, with both the ruling party and official opposition and even large corporates supporting something unwanted, uncalled for, undemocratically imposed, damaging to the country, and some might say outright treasonous, is not unique to South Africa. This is how United Nations Agenda 21 is imposed on countries around the world. While lying to you below videos like this one, that it is a non-binding action plan. An outright lie, of course. It's binding if you have no way to vote against it. This is why I approached the leader of the only registered party in South Africa to openly oppose the undemocratic UN influence over our country, to talk about our political options and restoring sovereignty for Overt 19 Part 2. If you haven't yet, please go watch Overt 19 Part 1. Please bear with the little audio mix bug in the first 30 seconds. It goes away soon, I promise. The BitChute version is fixed if you want to check that out. If you are as tired of globalism as I am, stay tuned for Overt 19 Part 2. Please remember to click subscribe and the bell for notifications if you want to see our future content, and you can follow us in the following places.